भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे अनर्पितचरीं चिरात् करुणयावतीर्णकलौ समर्पयितुमुन्नतोज्ज्वलरसां स्वभक्तिश्रियम् हरिः पुरटसुन्दरद्युतिकदम्बसन्दीपितः सदा हृदयकन्दरे स्फुरतु वः शचीनन्दनः हन्ताय मद्दिरबला हरिदासवर्यो यद्रामकृष्णचरण स्पर्शप्रमोदः मानं तनोति सह गोगणयोस्तयोर्यत् पानीयसूयवसकन्दरकन्दमूलैः मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा
Prabhuji is saying to give a short intro.
Not needed. Hare Krishna.
There are few new.
Acha, Hare Krishna.
So, today is the last session in the series. So, sort of a union separation. So, and the series is also called Union and Separation. So, Prabhuji, we are very thankful you were here for a whole week and immersed us in this whole journey of union and separation. So, for those who may not have had a chance to get an introduction of Prabhuji, he lives in Vrindavan full time and has quit all material careers, which he had a very illustrious career to begin with. Doesn't get more illustrious than being the IIT joint entrance exam topper, number 4 rank. That too when he was sick. So he lost by 2 points. So number 4 in JE is unimaginable. And then PhD from Stanford, B.Tech from IIT Bombay, PhD from Stanford. Worked in the corporate circles for a few years and then decided to quit everything and go to Vrindavan and fully settle there and engage himself in seva of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. So among his several sevas, mainly he is very deeply involved in churning the shastras. So many shastras are there. He's helping in translation from Sanskrit to English to Hindi, Hindi to English, English to Hindi. And he's on the editorial board of the Back to Godhead magazine, which is the main magazine bi-monthly of ISKCON, and travels throughout USA and in India and gives seminars and retreats on deep topics of Krishna Katha. So he's fully engaged in all these sevas, and we pray that you remain engaged and help us to get the same taste as you have. Perfect combination of taste and renunciation, both. So please guide us in our journey, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
I'm grateful for the kind words. Those are just the yardsticks I would aspire for. How the 7 days had gone by, it was very quick. And I was thinking the adage, a saying that if you're around happy people, light people, I mean, light in the sense halke phulke, hearts, then it is very quickly time passes by. So I'm grateful that you made me live in the present where the time is inconspicuous by its absence. So very thankful to, first of all, um, His Grace Jai Shachinandan Prabhu Bhakti Rasamata ji for inviting me here and orchestrating the seva. I'm thankful to the residents of Banithani. Yesterday, we had a play date with the kids, and my parents also left me there. It was so wonderful time. And no sooner they came, the kids were like, "Kaun aa gaya?" They had their lips sealed. But it was the highlight, one of the highlights of this trip, interacting, and wow, they're super sharp. Um, and thanks to all of you for giving your valuable time. And I am also learning a lot from all of you. Very grateful. Thank you. I pray to all the acharyas that they guide us, they are guiding us, and we continue to take their shelter. And especially as we are ending this topic today, we need their blessings so that we can make the circle turn around and take something away with us which we can apply tangibly in our lives. Hare Krishna. So we talked about how in material world union and separation, when they consider union to be most important with the material objects, correct? When things go away, it hurts. And for a Vairagi or a Jnani, union as well as separation with material objects both are painful because he knows things are perishable. So perishable things go away, right? And hence, both union and separation is painful. They call it rag and dvesh. What? Rag and dvesh. We know it in the world as love and hate. Sometimes we have love and hate relationship with chocolates, right? Sometimes we have love and hate relationship with namkeen, like oftentimes some homes are dibba of namkeen is right there in the corner. And then plum, goes. And then no, I should not eat it. But then there is a pull. But for Vairagi, he says both are problematic. For a devotee, if it is utilized for Krishna's service, union is good because it is used for Krishna's service. And if there is an object, spiritual object or a spiritual personality, even the separation will generate thoughts about them, isn't it? So both union and separation are good. However, between those two, what is better? As we saw, separation. Sangama viraha vikalpe, Sangama viraha vikalpe, Varamiha viraho, Na sangamastasya. Sangam means union, viraha means separation. So if you are provided the option, viraha is varam. Varam means better, not union. Why? Ekah sa eva sange, Ekah sa eva sange. In union only you see that one person, four-dimensional, three-dimensional. But Tribhuvanam api tat tanmayam virahe. In virahe, Tribhuvan becomes that, everywhere. Looks like that person has come out of its three-dimensional existence and be around everywhere. And that's our Supreme Lord Krishna. When we are talking about union and separation, we highlight some of the unique properties of our qualities of our Lord. In some traditions, we talked about it, Lord is only considered to be transcendent. What? You all can move forward. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. That's better. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. So Lord is transcendent, which means He's up there. He has created us, and He thinks gone case. All of us gone case. Let's forget about them. So He's transcendent God. The second God is immanent. What? Immanent. It's there in our heart, there in everyone. Then some of the philosophies say that He is both the masala and the mason. What? Masala and the mason. What is mason? The person who makes, in India we have person who takes the cement and puts it in on the walls. What's the cement? That's masala. And who puts them is mason. Krishna is both the mason and masala. Correct? Why? Because all the matter is coming from him. And he's inspiring somebody to make it. But Vaishnava philosophy or Vrindavan philosophy is a bit different. Krishna is not only transcendent, which means up there, somewhere in the spiritual world, not only immanent, which means in our hearts, not only masala, and He is an interested God. He is interested in us. In fact, we even go further. Not only transcendent, not only immanent, not only masala and mason, not only interested, but enticable. We can entice him. Although he is independent, he will only open the door from his side, right? The door open only from inside of Goloka, but we can entice him to do so. That's what he says. Aham bhakta paradhinaha. I am paradhin of the devotion. And that's our hope. While we know finally he will play the card, the last playing will be done by. We hear that devotees were separated from Krishna. We talked about how Krishna left Vrindavan and people keep putting allegations on them. But did he ever leave Vrindavan? No. He was right there. He kept coming back. He kept his promises. So these were the four objectives of this 6 seminar series. What was the first objective? That we understand the tattva of sanyog and viyog, union and separation. Very different from material world, where union eats us and separation also eats us. But in spiritual world, union as well as separation, both are like, both are laddus. So what's the first lesson which we thought we would understand? Understand this tattva of union separation. Second, appreciate vipralambha rasa. What? Vipralambha rasa. The rasa of separation. We have some inkling of it when we see some sad tear-jerker movie, right? We may cry, but we like it. That's why we see it again and again. There used to be a movie called Bagban. Anybody know about that? Nobody knew about it. Yeah, some people know about it. Ah, people saw it, cried, went again, saw it, cried. Why? Oh, such a pleasure. But it's different from Vipralambha Rasa because Vipralambha Rasa goes deep down. It's a spiritual rasa. And we talked about it. How do we talk about rasa? We first took the cashew, kasturi, methi, and tomato puree. That's called the puree or sthai bhav. It is the bhav which we all have inside in the form of a friend or lover or parent or servant. But nothing happens, just the bhav sitting inside. It has to be excited, right? Just like we can't eat only puree. What are you eating? Roti with puree. Doesn't make sense. So we added in that what? Vibhav, excitement of paneer. Pretty much ubiquitously the most exciting thing in North India. Every shadi or vivah, if you happen to go, paneer pasanda, paneer do pyaja, paneer tikka. It's like Brahma present everywhere. So that's the vibhav, excitant, stimulant. Look at this beautiful deity of Krishna up there. Look at Kana here. Moves us, right? So that's vibhav, vibhav of paneer. That's it? Puri and paneer? No, we need what? Anubhav, the baby corn. Anubhav means your rush towards Krishna. Just like I saw today, many of you came inside and brought flowers. That's your activity. That's Anubhav. Sthai bhav mixed with Vibhav mixed with. That's it. Healthy food. Nobody likes to eat. Even the Bimar wants to have some tadka to dalo. I somewhere in United States there was a temple and some brahmachari came from India. And of course it was United States temple and mostly catered toward Western outreach. So the food was royally bland. So what he would do, he'll save the dal. And then at the end of the day, he'll take the dal to the basement and put such a chonk and sit there, happily eat his meal. Shivram Swami Maharaj narrates his pastimes of Montreal. This is maybe 1973 74. And he says that we were only taught high class, sumptuous, cooked in ghee, masaledar food. And if the chonk had to be put, the cook would announce, अब chonk dalne wali hai. How we call chons? English, what you call chons? Now the chons would be put. So what happened? This temple was up there, and on one side there was a tavern, which means a place where people ingest the inflammable substance down the throat. You got it right. Bar. On the other side, there was a pizzeria. Now, when they put the swaha, so the people in the tavern, the bar, were thinking, why everybody is drinking such a strong tequila that their noses are being blocked? And the people on the pizzeria are shouting up, Kam dalo, put a little bit. Most interesting part is that Devotees have opened the windows and their mouth is outside to breathe. But it is important, and that's the fourth ingredient, which is sattvika bhav. Those are the bhavas which arise involuntarily, like ashru, kampu, netre, jalam, gatruheshu, harshaha. That's it. Sthai bhav, vibhav, anubhav, sattvika bhav. That's it. How can Indian recipe be an Indian recipe if you do not do some throwing randomly? I mean, it should look random, although it is planned. You know, there are some personality types who will put the clothes in such a way it look random, but it's perfectly planned to be random. Did you get it? So he threw it like that, and that's coriander. That's called sanchari bhav. All of them, when cooked properly, becomes veg jalfrezi, right? That's rasa, bhakti rasa. Sthai bhav is lifted to bhakti rasa. It is rasa in union as well as separation. And rasa means it is tasteable. I mean, you can taste it. Those who have started to take the chanting of the holy names, it is tasty. Later on, a lot of aparadhas come, so it's like a little bit push. But all of us know our initial meeting with the holy name, it is tasty. Srila Prabhupada explains us this, and I would like to read out. In a lecture given in San Francisco, he says, just like the Goswamis, these are the saints of Vrindavan. When they were in Vrindavan, they were feeling this bhav. Which bhav? Vipralambha bhav. And what are they saying? He Radhe Braj Devi ke chalalite, He Nanda Suno Kutaha. He Radhe, who is Braj Devi ke, He Lalite, where are you? That separation, right? Then they are saying, Prabhupada saying, and they were simply searching after in the Vrindavan forest. Hey Radhe, Radharani, Vraj Devi ke, all the gopis, O son of Nanda Maharaj, Nanda Sutta, where are you all? Shri Govardhana Kalpa Padabatale Kalindi Vane Kuta. Are you near Yamuna? Are you near Govardhan? They are searching and searching and searching. Srila Prabhupada has taught us that's the best way. Welcome, Obia. Haribol. They are they are always searching. So our first objective was to appreciate this taste of tattva of union and separation. Second is the rasa. Third is, can it come in our life? This hankering. Correct? Let it be not only theoretical, isn't it? Can we hanker for the main five limbs, which are holy name, Srimad Bhagavatam or any other literature? Third, Dham. Do our hearts beat for the Dham? Fourth, deities. And fifth, do we pine for devotee association? If not a whole lot, at least some. If we think alone, only alone, nobody around, then there is one person around. Can you guess it? His name is Chanchalapati. Here. Mind, right? Chanchala. He's very, very chanchal. So we will associate with that. Union and separation, rasa of vipralamba, third hankering, and fourth, Krishna never breaks his promises. So take heart. Take heart. He will come. There'll be delays. भगवान के दरबार में देर है अंधेर नहीं है. Sorry, untranslatable. There's no delay there. There may be, well, there is no darkness there. There can be delay. Hard to translate. What Krishna showed in his interactions with the devotees, gopis, we saw it. We talked in detail how Krishna and Radha, they were meeting. Prem Vaichitya, Man, Purvarag, Pravas, Dur Pravas. Just to show how we can cultivate that, who came 500 years ago? Krishna himself as Jai Shachinandana Gaur Hari. And he came, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, especially Antya Leela 14 and 15 chapters, record his feelings of separation to tell us that that's not theoretical. He was cultivating it. He was preaching also, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He went out to share, but in the Gambhira, how many of us have been to Jagannath Puri? We saw this Gambhira, and there Mahaprabhu would cultivate his feelings of separation from Vrindavan in the mood of Sri Radharani. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describes it. He says, Krishna Vicheda Vibhrantya, Krishna Vicheda Vibhrantya, Manasa Vapusha Dhiya, Manasa Vapusha Dhiya, Yad Yad Vyadhatta Gaurangam, Yad Yad Vyadhatta Gaurangam, Talleshah Kathyate Dhuna, Talleshah Kathyate Dhuna. Adhuna, today, Lesh Matra. I'm just describing a little bit of what? What Gorang Mahaprabhu with his intelligence, Dhiya, Buddhi with his mind and words was experiencing in separation. Krishna Viched. Viched means separation. And he says he was drowning in what? Krishna Bhava Abdhau. Abdhi means ocean. He was drowning in the ocean of Krishna Bhav. Who is the author? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He is saying, don't think that I am writing Man Ghadan thing. You know Man Ghadan thing? Kapol Kalpit. Imaginary thing. It was witnessed by two people. Sarup Damodar and Raghunath Das. Raghunath Das, Sarup Damodar wrote shorthand. Swarupa Sutra Karta, he wrote notes. Sometimes we write notes, right? Very, very shorthand, which only us can understand. And Raghunath Vrittikara, Raghunath Goswami expanded it, details. What am I doing? Tar Bahulya Vani. I'm taking both of them. Varni Panjitika Babohara. Babohar is Vyavahar, is called Babohar in Bengali, which means I'm just like you take a cotton and fluff it out, fluff it out, fluff it out. I'm explaining in detailed. This is the reason why, as devotees, when we are asked or advised to meditate on Gauranga Mahaprabhu's Nitya Leela, it's hard to meditate on Jagannath Puri Leela because it's all crazy. Mahaprabhu is in lot of separation. Remember we talked about the best 24 hours yesterday? Not yesterday, day before yesterday. What Krishna does in one day, right? Kaun duhave gaya. We sang that. Like that, Mahaprabhu also does 24 hours pastimes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadvip. But it's easier to meditate on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes in Navadvip because they are orderly. He wakes up and he says, Jiva jago, Gaura Chandra bole. He comes out of the morning and says to everybody, Jago bhai, jago. Some of the devotees have also their very nice ringtones. No, alarms. They were discussing that day. नालायक अभी तक सो रहे हो जाग जाओ आपको नहीं कह रहा द रिंग टोन सेज दैट और जीव जागो गौर चंद्र बोले कोटा निद्र जाओ माया पिशाची कोले कोले is not Pepsi Cola. Kola is the lap. Now Maya is called Pishachi here. Why? Why Pishachi? Pishach is a bhoot. Bhoot just, I mean, who possesses? We possess the bhoot or the bhoot possesses us? It's the bhoot which possesses us. So who has possessed? Maya. So get up from her lap. That's the wake up call. So Mahaprabhu would go out, then take prasadam. That's orderly. But in Jagannath Puri, he's there in Gambhira and feeling the pangs of separation. So it's hard to meditate. That's why Gauranga's best 24 hours are there in Navdeep, not in Jagannath Puri for devotees meditation. Now what happens? Mahaprabhu is thinking in the mood of Sri Radha. He goes out and goes to which temple? Jagannath temple. We have been to Jagannath temple, and then there is, you enter like this, and then if it's a lot of bheed, you don't do anything. Just like local train, you'll be guided, and some panda will come and whack on your head. That's blessing. As you are before you are entering, there is this Garuda Stamba, and Mahaprabhu would always stand there and observe, and he would cry. Stones will melt there. I think there is a sign of his arm. And one fine day he went there, and somebody from Utkala Desh, Odia Desh, now Odisha, a lady came. Anybody from Odisha? Well, I know Vanamali Prabhu is there. So she came and she was so atura, so eager that she climbed on Mahaprabhu, taking darshan of Jagannath. And Swarup Damodar Goswami chided her. Hey, Utro, come down. This is Mahaprabhu. You don't climb on Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu looked at him and said, Adivasi chup. He used the word Adivasi. What does that mean? I mean, Mahaprabhu was saying, don't you have civilization? Look at her eagerness. The aturta that she was separated from Jagannath, and she didn't even consider who is standing. She runs and takes darshan of Jagannath. Wish I had such eagerness. Now look who's talking. He was looking at Jagannath Baldev Subhadra as he was looking at Jagannath as Nandasuta, Krishna, which proves it takes one to know. It takes one to know one. And Mahaprabhu is indicating that wish I had that eagerness. A big lesson he's talking to, telling us how we have to treat each other's in devotional service. We don't know what's going on in somebody's heart. Yesterday, I think I was at somebody's home, and we were discussing that if somebody makes a machine which can decipher the cries of the baby into exactly what they are thinking, $1 trillion industry, right? Imagine, right? If there is sound and you figure out bhook lagi hai. If there is another sound and the waves, they do some artificial intelligence. Maybe it's a good startup idea. Some artificial intelligence tells that he needs to go to the restroom. Big $1 trillion because the parents are just doing akkad bakkad Bombay wo. You all can move a little bit front. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Correct? That will be $1 trillion industry. How about we have a mind meter? This tells us what's going in the heart of other people. No, better we don't have. Pata laga samne wala. Anyway, so we don't have, and I think husbands and wives would really want that they do not have that. However, we can give benefit of doubt that we do not know what's going on in somebody's heart, and this is what Bhakti Tirth Maharaj, whose disappearance day, 20th disappearance day we celebrated, I think, few days ago, he talked about 4 principles of community building. We all need community, some little bit, some more, but something we all need, isn't it? So we can all give a rapt ear to these 4 principles. First, it says, treat everyone you encounter as if success or failure of your spiritual life depends on them. Now, it may not be all in the sense that we have limited energy, but at least we can give heed to anybody who is coming in our life, isn't it? He or she may be very important. Second, think of the person you love the most and aspire to treat everyone with that love. If not with that love, at least some semblance, right? Krishna says, Samachitta. Some sama should be there, right? Third, view all conflicts as your own fault first. Hard. Hard. What Mahaprabhu is teaching us. And last, realize, now this is most important, realize that people in your present environment might be the same people, I'm paraphrasing it, who would be chanting for you at the time of death. Well, we do not know, right, who will come around us. We have hope Krishna will send devotees, but maybe Anirudh would be there. I'll be lying down. So treat all those with that kind of care. And I think then life becomes halka pulka. Otherwise, we keep carrying a lot of weight. So Mahaprabhu's interaction with whom this Odia lady is teaching us this great cardinal principle. But Mahaprabhu, when he goes back again to his room, he's again mad. Unmattera praya prabhu koren gana nritya. Unmat means in unmat. And he's doing gan and nritya automatically. But dehera swabhave karen snan bhojana kritya. Like for us, we have, for me, consciously we do certain things and unconsciously spiritual activities. For Mahaprabhu, the other things like snan and the bhojan and the nritya was automatic. It was like programmed, but he was consciously immersed in remembrance of Krishna. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying, well, that's too difficult. Isn't it? It's hard to grasp. These matters have to be read again and again and again. And that's why he's saying and giving us a phala shruti. What? Phala shruti. Not like ordinary phala shruti, but a divine phala shruti. It's called bhaktyon mukh sukriti. Something which will impel us to go towards Krishna faster. So you can repeat after me. ताते विश्वास करी ताते विश्वास करी शुन भावेर वर्णन शुन भावेर वर्णन होइबे भावेर ज्ञान होइबे भावेर ज्ञान पाइबे प्रेम धना. Just by giving rapt attention to what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has written, what our acharyas have written about union and separation, even though it appears to be very lofty, hote hote, it will first give us bhavera gyan, gyan, and pabe premadhan, get premadhan. Now, if that was not enough, Krishna showed the pastimes and we discussed in the first 4 sessions. Now we have talked about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 5 sessions, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming and showing how to cultivate the mood of separation. If that was not enough, he came again. Again as a ray of his ecstasy. We all know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who spread the holy name and he inspired many Goswamis to write many books. But he thought somebody should distribute books also, right? So there was a person called Gadadhara Das. Who? Gadadhara Das. And he got a transcendental sickness after he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking sannyas because it was very painful. So he just started chanting Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. You thought, ho gaya. He's gone mad. Let's name him Chaitanya Das. So they named him Chaitanya Das. And it is to such person who was transcendentally mad for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who was born Srinivas Acharya, who is considered to be a ray of ecstasy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu already appeared in dreams of his associates Rupa and Sanatan that this fellow is born. You got to train him in bhakti literatures. Oh Gadadhar Pandit, you are in, we have seen Tota Gopinath temple in Jagannath Puri. You will teach him what? Bhagavatam. So, this Srinivas Acharya grows up in a place called Shakhandi. Near Shakhandi is a place called Srikhanda. This is in the Burdwan district of, we have some folks here with Bengal connection, Burdwan district of Bengal. And he finds his guru in Narahari Sarkar. Who? Narahari Sarkar. Narahari Sarkar says, you got to rush. You're already 15 or 20 years old. We don't have exact ages. And you should go and meet the person. Who is our Lord? Who is that person? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But lo and behold, as he reaches Jagannath Puri, even before he gets the news that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has left the planet. Some say he entered right into the thigh of Gopinath in Tota Gopinath. So he's distraught. He's utterly distraught. He was the Lord of his life. But then he remembers that he has to learn Bhagavatam from whom? Gadadhar Pandit. And Gadadhar Pandit says, I can teach you Bhagavatam, but this Bhagavatam is illegible. Why? Read pastimes, we cry a lot. All the words are smudged. How can we read Bhagavatam? Imagine, right? We can just get one teeny tiny tear while reading Bhagavatam. Ho gaya kaam. So he tells him, we have to get a new Bhagavatam. Imagine, these days, Amazon.in or com and we have Prime. Oh, forget about it. Go to the temple nearby and get a set. It's so easy. At that time, he had to write a letter. To whom? Narahari Sarkar. Second copy available? Then the letter came. Available, but send the person soon. Because he knew what? Gadadhar Pandit is in separation from Mahaprabhu. He may also leave. So our Srinivasacharya goes, but before going, he delays because he thinks, well, other people should not go away. So he's meeting other associates of Mahaprabhu. That gets delayed. And while he goes to Srikhanda, gets the copy, he gets the news what? Left. Separation, separation again. He wanted to commit suicide many times, but he was getting Shopna Chole. What? Shopna Chole, which means on the pretext of a dream. Who would come? Associates would come. Remember we talked about Purvarag, Darshana, Shravana, Swapnadav, right? Darshana, Shravanadija, or in Swapna also. So destiny is driving him. What is being told? Go to now, Jagannath Puri, and nobody is there. Now you should go where? Why? Who is waiting? Rup and Sanatan, they're gonna teach you bhakti literatures. He again delays. He starts meeting with Vishnu Priya, starts meeting with Janava Mata, starts meeting with the associates in Bengal. Who can explain this? Krishna was, he wanted him to take inspiration from somebody else. So more delay, and as he's reaching Vrindavan, what happens? Roop and Sanatan. First Sanatan has left, and then he hears Roop has left, and then he again wants to commit suicide. But then all of them come and say, you have a mission. Which brings us to the title today. What's the title? Hero's Adventure. This is a very, very common theme, and I had the fortune of interacting with Shachinandan Prabhu the other day, and we were talking about how philosophers of also, I think Prabhu also gave a talk here, Srila Prabhupada and his hero and hero's journey. Joseph Campbell and Christopher Volger and other philosophers have talked about that. I mean, look at our movies, right? Anybody watched Lord of the Rings or read about it? Okay, for us only. Frodo Baggins, right? A small, teeny, tiny boy. But he wants to go and get that ring dumped up there. It's a hero's journey, isn't it? Or look at our Harry Potter. Same. What I really like about one example about hero's journey, which is quoted everywhere, is Simba. Anybody know who is Simba? Lion King, right? This is a cub, शेर का बच्चा. But अब वो गीदड़ बन गया है. He's become a coward. Why? Because he's been tricked. from Mufasa. Mufasa is the father. He wants his son to become the next Lion King, but the Simba has been tricked by the uncle, Scar. What a name, Scar, right? And he goes and meets two crazy beings in the forest, a wild boar called Pumbaa and a meerkat called Timon. That's what it happens also. We all have a hero's journey. We are all destined to accomplish something. And what pulls us towards that goal? Any guesses? The separation. When we have realized that that's a goal, there is a separation towards that goal, and that accelerates us. See, all the acharyas of heroes' adventures, like Joseph Campbell, others, they talked about first there is a departure from the place of comfort zone, correct? Then there is a fulfillment. You get something. And then there is a return. So that happens in Srinivas Acharya's journey, right? There was such a separation, and that's driving him. First to go to Jagannath Puri, nothing. Then back to Navdeep, nothing. Back to Vrindavan, nothing. And finally, he gets it. Who gives him? Jiva Goswami as a Shiksha Guru, Gopal Bhatta Goswami as Diksha Guru. Gopal Bhatta Goswami gave him mantras, and Jiva Goswami gave him Divya Gyan. Now, did he stop? So, departure of a hero, fulfillment of a hero, then the hero does what? Return, gives back to the society. So, what did they do? First ever book distribution. Three big bullock carts were loaded, and this is something we cover in much historical detail in this literature, and the surprise and the excitement, and how they were getting all the Goswami books back to Bengal, and then they were stolen, and then they found, and lo and behold. But in this journey of departure, what is second? Fulfillment, and third, return. We might get some characters like Timon and Pumbaa. And what do they do? Anybody knows what do they do? We'll sing a song. Eli, you ready? Hakuna Matata. We know this song? Hakuna Matata is a Swahili word which means, so when they dubbed this movie into Hindi, they said Hakuna Matata, yani koi chinta nahi. So, Hakuna Matata, what a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata, ain't no passing craze. Means we are firmly fixed on this philosophy. So the Timon says, it means no worries for the rest of our life. And then he says, it's our problem free philosophy. But that's not our philosophy. Because unless and until there is a catalyst of separation towards to the goal, it will be just Hakuna Matata, nothing will happen, we'll be there. Prabhupada. Today, I think, today is a special day, or maybe on Friday, tomorrow is the incorporation of ISKCON in New York, right? It's today or tomorrow, I guess. That event, 1922, and that event happened 1965. 22 Prabhupada was initiated, or rather 22 was that departure had begun. But it took so much time. But Prabhupada was doggedly aspiring for it, and da 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 da. See, 1965. Finally, what happened? ISKCON was incorporated, and as Prabhu explained in his slides, which kindly he shared with me, then Prabhupada returned with his dancing white elephants, so that even India, who was trying to develop too fast, too soon, can take up to Krishna consciousness. This separation, therefore, in our life is something which we can take away, cultivating this hankering towards that one pointed goal. We talked about this one pointed goal in the last session. It is purposive, you can repeat after me, purposive relationship with Radha and Krishna. With It's a relationship with Radha and Krishna with a purpose. What's the purpose? That we want to serve them. Serve them as following in the footsteps of, well, depends whom you're attracted to. What are the examples? Yashoda. What are the examples? Sakhis. What are the examples? Sakhas and Das. Four rasas. That is purposive relationship with Radha and Krishna. That's what we are taking away. Can we develop that hankering by reading, by seeing the life of our acharyas so that we don't settle for Hakuna Matata? We don't settle. We are, of course, it's not like we pant and do bhakti also. Like Yuktahara Viharasya. Vihar is important too. Balance is important too, but certainly deep down a seed of, you know, Radha Raman Mandir. They don't stop the Agni which is used for cooking. It's been going on for the 500 years. More than that. I think this year it was 530th or 530th. I do not remember. Appearance Day. Appearance Day. Radha Raman's Appearance Day. And in this, Agni is going on because you want to keep that Mula originality intact. So, like that, while we are doing balanced bhakti, we have to sleep properly, we have to interact properly, etc. But somewhere that Agni, not there. That will impel us, right? Otherwise, Hakuna Matata will be stopped. And that's what happened with Simba. He became, I mean, the Timon took a nail cutter, clipped all his nails. And then Simon says, maybe I can hunt here and there. No need. Simple insects are available. And Simba said, okay, Hakuna Matata. He had to be yanked out to come to his goal. So before we get to the yanking out stage, maybe we can light up that fire. And where will that purposive relationship get fulfilled? Where? Which ambience? Vraj. Because we are worshipping Krishna in the mood of, falling in the mood of Brijavasis, isn't it? So that ambience, whether we go to Vrindavan Dham or we have a Vrindavan Dham here, which we are trying to do today. And Vrindavan of Vraj means it's also Hakuna Matata of different kind. In the material world, it is just lazy Hakuna Matata. But in the spiritual world, when one has crossed over the pulls of rag and dvesh, then it's carefree celebration, right? Utsav. What does Utsav mean? Festival. It means to instill enthusiasm. Utsaha. That's why it is Utsav. So let's pray to enter into Brajotsav. And Utsav of Braj. And that's our goal, right? That one day, hopefully, we'll enter the land of Vrindavan where they need any small reason to celebrate an Utsav. I mean, ISKCON temples also, right? Appearance day or disappearance day, we'll have a festival. Sometimes devotees say, Prabhu, I just fasted 3 days ago. Again. And wait, it is 12 or 7 or 12? Like 12 p.m., 7 p.m., or 12 a.m. So we need festivals and festivals. And that's what we'll do now. Understand this mood of festival in Vrindavan, and we'll try to go to our Vrindavan, which is there, what, 3 hours? 3 hours, right, from Delhi? We talked about the Vrindavan, which is beyond our vision, that is Aprakat Vrindavan, correct? Then it comes 5,000 years ago outside that curtain and it becomes Prakat Vrindavan. And just like when in the, we have all drama experts, we have prop experts here, and I'm not saying Kansa Maharaj ji, but we have expert actors also, and Prabhu said that, lot goes to grow a mustache. So sometimes it happens, right? The curtains drop and we figure out, oh, Bakasu's beak is remaining outside. So some things remain outside. So some things remained outside when Prakat went back to a Prakat, like Govardhan, like Yamuna. This is called Drishtavan or Drishyaman Vrindavan. And because of the presence of these items which are divine, the land which is 3 hours southeast of Delhi is sacred. There is magic there. There is magic, otherwise why people are staying there? Even despite of pollution and politics, people are still staying there. And this is called Bhauma Vrindavan. So even in Aprakat Vrindavan, there are festivals. But कहते हैं ना मुल्ला की दौड़ मस्जिद तक अब वो ओके भक्त की दौड़ मंदिर तक जो भी है untranslatable, non-translatable. So we'll come to Bhaum Vrindavan and celebrate the festivals. And that begins with the beginning of the year. What's the beginning of the year in US? January, right? But in the Sanatan Dharma, it is Chaitra Mas, correct? Chaitra. And what's the first day? Chaitra Shukla Pratipata. We have month divided into Shukla Paksh and Krishna Paksh, correct? What is the Krishna Paksh? It's generally dark, right? And Shukla Paksh is generally bright. Shukla Paksh is the waxing, and Krishna Paksh is the waning moon. Pratipata is the first day, all right? So from Pratipata is the first tithi, and it's a full moon. We have seen full moon, pura circle, then it goes decays, right? Kala reduces, and we get to what? Amavasya, correct? This is called the Shukla Paksh. Full moon, come, okay, Gayab. That is Shukla Paksh. So we can remember, no? In Vrindavan we do it like this, but there are different traditions also. Okay. And the second one is from Purnima, correct? From Amavasya. Oh, sorry. Moon is growing. Well, some also I think count is when moon is full and reducing. Whatever, Shukla and Krishna Paksh. I'm not astrology expert or the moon star expert, but let's say Chaitra Shukla Pratipata. That's the new year. Hmm? And I think on that day, many festivals are celebrated. And to Radha Raman, they give special herbs which are antifungal, antibacterial, and anti-whatever, antiviral, so that he remains healthy. And it is bitter coated with sugar, just to tell the new year is beginning. Therefore, you might get bitter things in life as well as sweet things in life as well. So Chaitra Shukla Pratipata is celebrated as a new year. And then quickly we come to Chaitra Shukla Shashti, sixth day, and that is Jamuna Maharani ki Jai. It's called Yamuna Chhat. People go to Gokul and worship Yamuna Maharani. Quickly after Chaitra Shukla Shashti, are you all with me? It is Chaturdashi. Do we know? Or Naumi, Chaitra Shuk Naumi. What's that? Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram. We'll resolve the Shukla and Krishna a little later. I figured it out, but later. Now, where Ramji in Vrindavan? Of course. The area which is near to Govind Dev is called the Old Vrindavan. In fact, this used to be, the downtown. Oftentimes happens, right? In cities, downtowns shift. So that used to be the downtown. And in fact, Tulsidas also came there. He came there and Krishna appeared. He said, I won't bow down to you unless you take up bow and arrow in your hand. So this is a place called Krishna Bhai Raghunath. In that temple, you go like simple householders are managing this temple, but this is very old. It's a historic place, and you will see Radha Krishna, and behind them a tall deity of Ram holding bow and arrow. So Mithila meets Vrindavan. Chitrakoot meets Vrindavan. In fact, there are a lot of Ramanujis and Ramanandis in that area. Now we have come to when? Where? Which part? Chaitra, Shukla, Navami. What is Chaitra Purnima? Now we can't say Chaitra Shukla Purnima, right? It's Purnima, full moon. What is Chaitra Purnima? जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा नामा अब पूरा तो टाइम लग जाएगा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरन विराज सुबे कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा. Okay, afterwards we'll sing it together. So his nama is Anjani Putra. This is Hanuman Jayanti. Right near to the area we are talking about, there is a place which we call Hanuman Gadi. You know Ayodhya, there is a place Hanuman Gadi where you have to first do Sir Hanumanji, may I enter? Like that, this is also Hanuman Gadi of Vrindavan. Hanuman is very, very tall. I think last time several Portland devotees were there and we went together to this Hanuman Gadi. Huge Hanuman, beautiful Hanuman, and beautiful diorama around it. And the sadhu which is at that temple always gives you something to eat. One of his favorite preparations is khichdi and coriander ki chutney. You can try that. Good combination. This is Chaitra Purnima. After Chaitra month, which months come? Which month come? Vaishak, Garmi, and Vaishak Shukla Tritiya is in Bengali called Akhay Tritiya or Akshay Tritiya. Only day when we see the charana of Banke Bihari Lal Ki Jai. And it's on this day they say whatever austerities we do, whatever dhan we do, whatever activities we do, remain akshay. Akshay means it's a good start. Just like on Chaitra Shukla Pratipada, the Bahi Khata, Bahi Khata, all the businessmen will come with their notebooks. On this Akshay Tritiya, we forget the notebooks. But make sure that we take one dhan very carefully because that may multiply. What's that dhan? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then comes Vaishak Shukla Chaturdashi. It's the day when the first operation happened, royally. What's that day? Tav kar kamala vare nakhamadbhuta shringa dalita hiranya kashipu tanu bhinga keshavadhrita narari rupa jai jagadish hare Jai Jagadish Hare. After Shukla Chaturdashi, what comes? Shukla Chaturdashi, the 14th day of the Shukla Purnima. And Purnima is, Vaishak Purnima is whose birthday? Radha Ramana Lal Ki Jai. So here, Sri Radha Raman Lal was appeared, and it appeared from a Shalagram Shila. We are separated from Radha Raman, but this is Radha Raman for us. And on this day, we do Abhishek. Abhishek of Sri Radha Raman Lal. And we have Jajmans who have invited us all, and we'd like to invite them to do Abhishek. And while you all have the songs which have been circulated by Param Karuna Prabhu, We can sing that. बसी उर राधा रमण मुस्कान, बसी उर राधा रमण, बसी उर राधा रमण मुस्कान, बसी उर राधा रमण मुस्कान. So, Shukla means it is climbing up, right? Shukla means it is climbing up, so it is becoming Purnima. नहीं भावे विध और निषे कछु, नहीं भावे विध और निषे कछु, नहीं लोक कुल का, नहीं लोक कुल का. Enchanting smile of Radharaman. Have you observed that smile? Radharaman. It's amazing, right? In Vrindavan we say, Chote Thakur, but Gazab ka Jalwa. So we don't say like Thakur itne, right? We say like Thakur is, because Thakur is infinite. So if you have done mathematics, these are open brackets, right? So Thakur is this much, but look at the Jalwa that everybody is standing near him, isn't it? And if you see that, what will you say? Nahi bhave au. Din mein or raat mein, anything else. What? Vidhi or nishedh. Do this or do that. Forget it. I just want to see him. And Lok kul kaan. Lok kul kaan. And maybe the decorums of the society, people say Lausanne is the San Francisco of Europe. I don't know how many of you been there. Well, Yash Johar went there for DDLJ. But you say, forget DDLJ. ये हमारा हार्ट ले गया है. Why? बसी उर राधा रमण मुस्कान, बसी उर राधा रमण मुस्कान. Ur means heart. What else happened? Puran mukh shashi chandani, Puran mukh shashi chandani, Nirakhat drig chakor samjan, Nirakhat drig chakor samjan. He is resembling a full moon on Sharad Purnima. He's black, but he's moon. You were right. In Shukla, the moon is increasing its colors. It begins from Amavasya, that phase goes till Purnima. But the Purnima pales in comparison to this black moon. How is black moon possible? Well, welcome to Krishna consciousness. There is something more interesting, and if you have observed, some people say sometimes you see, sometimes you don't see. And these are the one or two teeth of, I think for dentists, they can put that teeth and put it in their clinic. ऐसी हो मुस्कान. नावली शोभा गुण मंजरी पहचान, गुण मंजरी पहचान. Who is Gun Manjari? Any guesses? Well, Jiva Goswami is Gun Manjari, but this Gun Manjari is a special person. His name is Galluji Maharaj. What is his name? Galluji Maharaj. And our Galluji Maharaj was such a fan of Braj Bhasha that he would never use any English word. So sometimes he was giving katha and he had to use a word for banduk, which is gun. So he says, एक तो लोहे की नली थी, वहां में बारूद भरे हो और वहां को उसमें अंदर घुसेड़े हो तो भड़ाम शब्द भयो. That is called gun. There is an iron tunnel or a tube. You put gunpowder in it then push the gunpowder and it booms. That is Banduk. This Galluji Maharaj has a deity of Shatbhuj Mahaprabhu, Shatbhuj Gauranga Mahaprabhu, which is almost 6 feet tall. What is Shatbhuj Mahaprabhu? 6-armed Mahaprabhu. What's one arm? Holding flute. Another arm holding Danda and Kamandalu. But here the Ram's arm are amazing. It's like this. Not like this or this, but like this. This is what Guru Manjari is saying. Basi ur Radha Ramana Muskan. Basi ur Radha Ramana Muskan. Now we come to Jesht. Jesht, Garmi in Vrindavan, it goes till 44 and you feel like, which all layer should I remove? In Jesht, when Jesht comes, what happens? Jesht Purnima, Jalayatra begins. Jalayatra is water, like water everywhere. You can drink it too, it's Vrindavan. And in some temples there is Silliyan. Silliyan kiski? Barf ki. The slabs of ice so that when you go, you can feel, because it will melt away quickly. And all the temples there is fountains plus Fool Bangla. What is Fool Bangla? That's a perfect example. They have drowned Thakurji so much, it's a Fool Bangla. And nowadays in Banke Bihari, Fool Banglas are booked 2 years in advance. No sooner you enter into temple, fragrance of which flower? Mogra. Are forget about entering the temple. Even outside the temple in the streets, we get that fragrance. It is said, don't offer fragrance less flowers to Krishna. Imagine somebody gives us, and we are smelling our lives out, and not a not a kind of fragrance is entering. So Jesht Purnima, and after Jesht it is Ashad. Ashad Shukla Pratipada. Aren't we in Ashad season? So just Shukla Pratipada we celebrated as we do Gundicha Marjana. Shravanam Kirtanam, Skrabanam, Mopanam. Shravanam Kirtanam outside, but Skrabanam, Mopanam of our hearts. This is Ashad Shukla Pratipata. What happens Ashad Shukla Dvitiya? Jayo Jayo Jagannath Shachirananda. Jayo Jayo Jagannath Shachirananda. Jai Krishna Shri Gaura Jai Jagannath Jai Gaura Shri Krishna. Anyway, it is fine. Shri Jagannath. वो कृष्ण भी हैं, वही गौर हैं, वही जगन्नाथ. This happens in Dvitiya. And I think it has not yet come, but Ashad Purnima is special. What's that? Guru Purnima, in which we honor our gurus and the best of the gurus of Vrindavan, Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami, who was like family member. He would give like whatever knowledge, but he would also be interested in people. He would go and ask, hey, did your daughter get married? Do you have enough money? Vyavhar meets Paramarth. We talked about it. Paramarth should be so lofty that Vyavhar becomes like very natural. Now we enter Shravan Bhado. So in Shravan Bhado, what happens? What happens? Varsha Ritu. And Varsha Ritu means what? Rains. And rains means what? Jhula. Isn't it? Jhulan. Now this is a very hot season, and we pray when there's a hot season, some rains should come. And sometimes we have to pray to Bhagwans and all the lords. Some rains. We hope the rains come soon. And it was rains only which had Krishna lift up the. So for today, Okay. Hari bol. परम करुणा श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय. वारी मेरे लट वारी मेरे लटकन पग धरो छतिया. 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 Keep playing. Now in this rim jim Bharat, see in one place we did this four-dimensional effect, and we gave the liberty to the kids to have big pitchkaris, and it went wild. Yashoda Maya is singing. Krish, there is rains happening, and this jhula is going on. And this is happening before Krishna has been named what? Krishna. So now what to call Krishna? Like in our family, we name people, right? Bubbu, Monu, Mini, like, or throw a burtan and whatever sound comes. But Yashoda Maya wanted to name Krishna, so she named Krishna as Latkan. Why? Because that's what Narad Muni sees. Shrutim apare, smritim apare. Some people worship Shruti, some people worship Smriti. Bharatam anye bhajantum bhava bhitah. Some worship Mahabharat. अहम तो नंदम वंदे यस्यालिंदम परम ब्रह्मा. जिसकी पौड़ी पर परम ब्रह्म अपने पेट के बल लटका हुआ है. Which means at whose wall the param brahma is trying to crawl, right? Sometimes we have the contraptions to prevent the kids to come out of the upper stairs, right? What it is called? Child child rails. Imagine Krishna lutking on the child rails. So Yashoda Maya thought his name should be Latkan. And what does Vari mean? And she says, I am doing union and separation with you, jhulawing you or swinging you. You come and rest your feet, the nanni feet, where? My heart, Chatiya. वारी मेरे लटकन पग धरो छतिया. वारी मेरे लटकन पग धरो छतिया. कमल नयन बलि जाओ वदन की. कमल नयन बलि जाओ वदन की. शोभित नैनी दूध की दतिया. शोभित नैनी दूध की दतिया. Perfect for dentist. What will we see in Radha Raman? Two teeth. So she is saying, I am seeing your two milk teeth. Doodh ki dve datiyan. And they are shobhit. I mean, not like, it's beautiful. And she is saying, Kamal Nayan Bali Jaun Vadan ki. Vadan means your face. Now Krishna starts to cry, which like the kids do. So we develop different strategies to make them appease them, right? One is the peekaboo, which after a while does not work. Or like we become poets of the nth order, right? We make new poems. Ullu lulu la 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 la. I mean all different languages. So she develops a strategy. She thinks Krishna will be a great mathematician in the future, defeating Paul Erdos. So only some people will be familiar with that person. So she says, let's start counting the cows. That's a good strategy. I don't know how many of you have done it, but it's the Adi strategy. May work. So she says, यह मेरी यह तेरी यह मेरी यह तेरी यह मेरी यह तेरी यह बाबा नंद जू की यह बाबा He's taking one, your finger right. That's the cow number one. Second, Baba Juki, Meri, Teri, yours, mine. And then third, Nanda Baba Juki. So she's making him point to the cows. He will not understand one, two, three, right? I mean, if you look one, two, three, ek, do, teen, un, dos, tres. I mean, they're just words, right? But she's teaching the concepts. यह तेरी यह मेरी यह बाबा नंद जू की यह तेरी यह मेरी यह बाबा नंद जू की यह बलभद्र भैया जी की यह बलभद्र भैया जी की. Now she, last lack of people, so she puts some again, but in a very, like indirect manner. यह ताकि जो झुलावे तेरो पलना यह ताकि जो झुलावे तेरो पलना. The fifth belongs to that person who is rocking your swing. सजानाति सो पंडितः भुजो तो जाने. Then she's saying, Ihate chali khur khat pivat jal. The cows are going. Pariharudan haso mere lalna. Now you stop crying. You have learned the counting. You'll be healthy, wealthy, and wise in the future. Now you stop crying. But as he's swinging, what's happening? रुनक झुनक बाजत पैजनिया रुनक झुनक बाजत पैजनिया अलबल कलबल बोलो मृदु बनिया अलबल कलबल बोलो मृदु. That's child language, right? Da na na. Oh, Papa kaha. How? Which software does the matching? But Alabal and Kalabal, see, this is a deep philosophy. This Leela is Naravat. Because we are entangled in Naravat Leela. So only a Naravat Leela can pull us out. Divine Leela, one Swamiji Maharaj would say that if Krishna comes in front of us and his lotus feet are there, we might not be able to identify the difference between the lotus feet of Krishna and the lotus feet of buffalo because both are black. So sometimes that Naravat Leela and philosophy is required to yank us out. Paramanand Prabhu Tribhuvan Thakur Jai Jhulave Baba Nand Jhuki Raniya Jai Jhulave Baba Nand Ki Raniya. Union and separation. We have come to Shravan season. Shravan and Bhado is famous in Vrindavan for drama performances. All across in Vrindavan, different stages are set up and only male actors, no female actors. Maybe it is stemming from Mughal era. Some say that Mughals would misbehave, so the tradition started of only male actors. They have to be less than 16 years of age and they are called Swaroop. What? Swaroop. And literally they are worshipped. Because people believe that that's Krishna in front of us. And in the beginning of the play, devotees go and touch their feet. And after the end of the play, they touch their mouth and feed them. And this poor guy is saying, Kitna aur laddu. Now that's the life of Swaroops. In Shravan, then we have Jhulan Yatra, and finally on Shravan Purnima, what do we celebrate? Which relationship we celebrate? Raksha Bandhan, it is also Balram Jayanti. Now we come to the most exciting month of the year. That's Bhado or Bhadrapad. And in the Bhadrapad, we have Bhadra Krishna Ashtami, which is Nand ke gar Anand bhayo Jai Kanaya Lal ki. We are on the side of Radharani, so a little less celebration. Because then we move after, of course, not Janmashtami is not celebrated much, but Nandotsav is celebrated a lot, which is in Vrindavan called Nandotsav. It's on the day because, well, Krishna was not born in Vrindavan, right? He came the next day, Nandotsav. But celebrations are okay, great. But the sweetness of the celebration, which is done 15 days later, cannot be matched. Where we stay in downtown, they take out Rathas, chariot festival. And on every chariot, there is different Leela going on. And there is this Radharani bhajan, which they sing. राधा ने जन्म लियो है. This is echoing throughout the streets. It is this Radha Ashtami festival which Brajvasis really look forward to, and we like to celebrate it today with pomp and show with this wonderful song because we imagine we are going today to Parsana. चलो वृषभानु गोप के द्वार चलो वृषभानु गोप के द्वार. You know Vrishabhanu? Who is he? Father. You know, I think they used to all have matching names like Nand, Sunand, Abhinandan, Upanandan, Nandan. Then we have the Rukmi, Rukmaka, and then Rukmi, Rukmini. So here also Vrishabhanu, Subhanu, they Bhanu series. Like sometimes in initiation also, and this is my pet. We have Leela series, we have Gopika series, we have Goranga series, right? We have what else? Kishori series. So we are going to Vrishabhanu ke Dwar. Why we are going? जन्म लियो मोहन हित श्यामा जन्म लियो मोहन हित श्यामा आनंद निधि सुकुमार आनंद निधि सुकुमार. Easily explainable. She's the ocean of Anandanidhi and she has taken the birth. Are we going like this, like unenthusiastic without saying tight lips, seal or the American style? Mm-hmm. No. Have you heard this? Mm-hmm. People who come newly to US, right? And they go on a bank teller, there's a bank teller or, whatever, Fred Meyer, and they say, is it $10? What do they answer? Mm-hmm. It gets him a shock. So we don't go like this, but गावत जुवती मुदित मिली मंगल गावत जुवती मुदित मिली मंगल उच्च मधुर धुनि धार उच्च मधुर धुनि धार विविध कुसुम कोमल किसलय दल विविध कुसुम कोमल किसलय दल शोभित बंधन द्वार शोभित बंधन द्वार विदित वेद विधि विहित विप्रवर विदित वेद. Some pandits are also chanting behind, right? Om Sahastaksha Sahasrapa or whatever the Brahma Samhita they are singing. And Kari Swastinu Cha Kari Swastinu Cha Mridula Mridanga Muraj Bheri Dapa Mridula Mridanga Muraj Bheri Divi Dundu Bhiravkar Devi Then there are people coming and singing the glories. These are for Vandi Ganas. People come on our birthdays also, right? Happy birthday. Long drawn Vilambit tune. So they are also coming. Maghad sut bandi charan jash Maghad bandi charan jash kahat pukar pukar. Now we have gone there. So what will Vrishabhanu Baba do? No. He will do something. He will give us something. हाटक हीर चीर पीतांबर हाटक हीर and we have to hold like this to get those things which I don't know, maybe he'll give us today. We have gone there, he'll give us Hira or iPhones. I don't know, we'll see what he gives. आराम से देत संभार संभार देत संभार संभार कॉफी हाथक हीर पीतांबर हाथक हीर चीर पीतांबर देत संभार संभार चंदन सकल धेनु तन मंडित चंदन सकल धेनु तन मंडित तले जुग्वाल श्रृंगार राधे जय जय माधव दैते राधे जय जय माधव दैते गोकुल तारुणी मंडल महिते गोकुल तारुणी मंडल. Rupa Goswami is also right there. Rupa Manjari is also right there. And she is singing Damodarati Vardhan Veshe Damodarati Vardhan Veshe Damodarati Vardhan Veshe Lalit Harine Skut Vrinda Vipine Harine Skut Vrinda Vishvanu Dadi Nava Shashi Lekhe Vishvanu Dadi Lalita Sakhi Guna Ramita Vishakhe Now loudly Karuna Kurumai Karuna Kurumai Karuna Kurumai Karuna Bharite Karuna Bharite Karuna Bharite Shanak Sanatan Varnita Charite Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare The next season comes and they say, Ashwin ki dhoop, stepmother ki maar. In Vrindavan they say it like this. I'm thinking of Cinderella. Ashwin's heat is very notorious because you feel it is not heat, but it is heat. In Ashwin, we have the Shraddha Paksh, you know that, to the forefathers, and that is also celebrated as Sanji. Sanj means, people would have seen the Anand movie, Sanj, which is evening time. Evening time, Krishna returns from the forest and the gopis draw Golu. That's Golu, right, in South India? भरतपुर में भी होता अच्छा भरतपुर की जय दैट्स ब्रज मंडल धाम so Golu in South India or Rangoli in North India in Braj is called Sanji and it is said that young girls can go and pray to Sanji and all their desires will be fulfilled so we have quite a bheed when the Sanji gets all the girls are around that area but of course devotees can also pray to get pure devotional service. This Sanji is an art of Vrindavan and it's quite intricate, quite geometrical. Any artists here? Yes, there are artists here. They make highly complicated stencils. You know stencils in which when you put some rung, something comes out. They sometimes the stencil is put on the top of water, so it's a floating art. And there is a competition, and generally the top rank, top award, generally goes to Raghunath Bhatta temple. People come and see their Sanchi, of course Radharaman also. Now they are reviving the tradition. This is the 15 days, and we come to Ashtami, Ashwin Shukla Dashmi. What happened on Ashwin Shukla Dashmi? Ravan Mario. It is the Vijayadashmi festival. And lo and behold, we slowly inch towards Purnima, which is Ras Purnima. Then we come to the our favorite month. Even if you wake us up at 2 a.m. in the night on Kartik, what we'll blurt out? Namamishwaram Sachidananda Lasat Kundalam Gokule Bhajamanam. And go back to sleep. It's such a wonderful thing, right? This song has, and some of you I know do programs every day. So much mercy. Then we come to Kartik Shukla Pratipada, which is Govardhan Puja, and then Gopashtami. And finally, we are entering the cold months, Chaturthi, Sardhi. But it's good for tummy, and that's why the items start coming, like Malpua. Not only Malpua, it's a hot Malpua, and on it is a cold Rabdi. Not only Rabdi, it is Kesar Rabdi. Not only Kesar Rabdi, there's some elaichi also in it. And Badam ka halwa. Aate ka halwa. Quite healthy. Oh my god. Gond ke laddu or jabeli? No, jalebi. Some of the kids, they have their, you have this, right? Dal chawal. Chal dawal. Jalebi. What else? Fine, fine. Those are not in the menu today. It's still garmi here. The agni is less, but in winters, agni is more. Kachori. Yeah, that is the perennial food in Vrindavan. Take a dip in Yamuna, come out, kachori, and not chutney, sabji. And that sabji will pale any Andhra Pradesh food. Any, these used to have Chili's restaurant in which you eat, and depending on how much spice you eat, you will be put there, glorified, 3 chilies or 2 chilies. That braj ki sabji, we become like a railway engine. So, we come to the cold months and just to have Thakurji acclimatize. And that's what we are learning today. Vrajotsav, why we came to Vrajotsav? Because purposive relationship towards Krishna. As a lover, it's a very personal relationship, and that we can simulate or emulate in our homes. Deity is there. We can serve as much as lovingly, isn't it? Even though he's not saying something, he's not blinking the eyes, but maybe one day, like it happened to a Delhi lady, her Thakurji fell. And she got like little, had palpitation, bula doctor ko bulao, call the doctor, and the Thakurji has fallen. The son thought that some nuts and screws and bolts are loosened. What to do? Call a doctor, bring a stethoscope. The doctor put the stethoscope on the heart of Thakurji, and he hears what? Lub dub. That's medicine, people. That's the sound of heart. He said, I don't know about you. I'm taking sannyas, going to Vrindavan. So we can extend our love. And that's what is happening in Vrindavan, because just before the beginning of the winter season, khichdi is served. Imagine you're doing Nirjal Ekadashi, and next day you remove your socks, sit alti palti, cross legged, don't disturb for 4 hours, and begin with kachori. Doesn't work. We begin with something light, to acclimatize ourselves. So that in Vrindavan is Khichdi. Radha Raman Khichdi Utsav. Radha Vallabh Khichdi Utsav goes for a month. And khichdi is not ordinary, huh? Dal floating in some chawal. Oh, it has jaifal. It has, what is that, dalchini? No? Cinnamon. It has cashews cut perfectly in half and fried in ghee. It has those small particles of, we eat a lot, right? Whole Chaitanya Charitamrita is like this. So, all glories to the kitchen of Bhakti and the Bhakti of kitchen and Bhakti kitchen. So, we have small cut particles of coconut also, and that helps the Thakur for get acclimatized to Marga Shirsha, right? And then Paush season. There are not many festivals in this. I mean, little bit of festivals happen. And then comes Magh. Magh is a little bit colder. And Magh Shukla Panchami we celebrate by wearing yellow. This is called Basanta Panchami. And Basanta Panchami, Holi starts. Vrindavan, Holi, everything is extended in Vrindavan, right? Uh, Prasadam, Batasha. Like in some temples, you go Prasadam, one Batasha, calculated two mysteries. I know some people how they eat roti and okra. You know okra? Bhindi. What do you call in US? Okra. In India, we call it lady's finger. I want, even brinjal is called eggplant. So anyway, so some people calculatedly take two bhindis, wrap up in a bite, and eat it. We don't feed like that in Vrindavan. It's massive. It's massive. How much they serve Radha Raman, Radha Vallabh, Baki Bihari. I mean, it is just out of love. Following what gopis would do. We discussed in the Pratah Kal when Madhu Mangal is doing his own rasa theory, how much they feed him. And Krishna is like, Madhu Mangal says, ye chigal chigal ke khata. You know chigal chigal? Sparrow eating? One grain, second grain. So why? Because he's divided. Should he look at his friends and Radharani or should he eat? But they serve him a lot. So the Holi starts on Vasant Panchami. Little bit colors, you will see people with yellow and pink here and there coming. And it's a 48-day festival. Almost 45 to 48 day. Little rung starts happening. And the madness happens on Falgun Krishna Chaturdashi. Anybody knows what is Falgun Krishna Chaturdashi? It's the celebration of the greatest devotee of Bhagwan Sri Krishna who have sung the national anthem of Vrindavan. Kada kareshasi hama pakataksh bhajana. Shivaratri. Shivaratri is Phalgun Krishna Chaturdashi and the madness starts. From Phalgun Krishna, that's Chaturdashi Shivaratri, but Phalgun Krishna Ashtami to Purnima, which is Holy Purnima. Madness increases. And not only Vrindavan, other places also. Then the folks of Nandagram go to Barsana, or Barsana people come to invite Nandagram people, and the Nandagram people go with whatever materials, but they are received by Latha and shields. No, they take the shields. This is called Lathamar Holi because it is mimicking the pastimes up there in Aprakat Vrindavan where gopis would take the flower sticks. Now the flower sticks really hit hard because they are actually sticks. This is called Lathamar Holi. Some places we have Laddumar Holi. I mean, that's good, right? Direct hit. This is Laddumar Holi. We had Candy Holi. No, one Holi is waiting. So Candy Holi, okay, and the Holy, and they say Jag Jag Hori, Braj mein Hora. Jag Jag Hori, ब्रज में हो रहा. And the day of Purnima, बुरा न मानो, बिल्कुल भी बुरा न मानो, होली है. Our elders would tell us that, now people are busy in iPhones. They may be doing the Holi, happy Holi or whatever. The items are there, so physical participation not so much. But at the earlier times, I mean, there would be buckets up there on the terraces. You really can't go out without getting drenched. And it's not a rowdy festival, it might have become, but it's a sweet festival. It's interaction between Krishna and his devotees. Jiva Goswami has written in Gopal Champu, Pashya Pashya Sakhi Hori Yuddham. What? Pashya Pashya Sakhi Hori. Um, Now Yuddham has become rowdy, but it's not rowdy. It's nice. I mean, they used to have organic colors. It's made out of tesu ke pushp. Tesu also means asu. So sometimes you have to tease somebody saying, Tesu mat bahao. But tesu is a flower, it is boiled, and you create rang out of it. And by the way, it's also a face pack, which means imagine you're applying it, and the person says, bring it on. It's a face pack anyway. So it is quite organic. And poets like Jiva Goswami and Surdas have done it. ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई, ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई. You can also participate in this hori. These are colors which are offered, so you can also collect them and maybe play. ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई, ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई. इतते आई सुघर राधिका, इतते आई सुघर राधिका, उतते कुंवर कनाई, उतते कुंवर कनाई. Why are kids less enthusiastic? Ovia, I was expecting a lot from you. ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई. From this side, Radharani side is there. From this side, Kanhai. Now what do they do? Maybe you can replicate. हिली मिली भाग परस पर खेले, हिली मिली परस पर खेले, शोभा भरनी न जाए. ये लाई शोभा भरनी न जाए. बाजत ढोल मृदंग झांझ ढप, ढोल मृदंग झांझ ढप, बीना अरु शहनाई, बीना अरु शहनाई. उड़त अबीर गुलाल कुमकुमा, उड़त अबीर गुलाल कुमकुमा, रयो सकल ब्रज छाई, रयो सकल ब्रज छाई. रयो सकल ब्रज छाई. I am not seeing सकल ब्रज छाई. रयो सकल ब्रज छाई, रयो सकल ब्रज छाई. राधे श्याम जुगल जोड़ी पर, राधे श्याम जुगल जोड़ी, राधे श्याम जुगल जोड़ी पर. सूरदास बलि 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 जाए, सूरदास, सूरदास बलि बलि जाए. Now we are still up until now. being very reserved and sitting and like okay, scrubbanum and moppanum. But it is said that after a while we should stand. So maybe we can stand and Sakala Braj Chai. ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई ब्रज में हरि हो हो होरी है होरी है होरी है होरी है आरा रा 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 होरी है Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Shri Brajotsav ki Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. We can take questions, comments, suggestions, reflections, some flowers. If you can throw at each other, please feel free. Holi is still 7 months far up, 8 months ahead. ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई ब्रज में हरि होरी मचाई होरी मचाई. Okay. Questions, thoughts, comments, reflections, or after Holi, what's the point of questions?
So you mentioned about mind reading, right?
Mind reading?
Yeah, you mentioned something called mind reading.
Yeah.
You mentioned about mind reading.
Yeah.
So what are the technologies that are there for mind reading?
Oh, serve everyone, love everyone, feed everyone, they will reveal their mind. Okay, more questions. This is time tested technology. पेट के थ्रू यहाँ का कंट्रोल है. You can all sit. I think we'll just end in a few minutes. If there are questions, reflections, anything else? Huh? Oh, yes. This is the, while we do the Holy Purnima, and on the next, that's what happens in Holi. The next day, it's called Dhuleti, where at 2 p.m., everything must stop. All the madness must stop because they clean the streets. And for us, generally, that day, it falls generally in the evening. What do we have? Ki bajayo jayo ghora chande Gaur Purnima aroti ko shobha janavi tata bhani dada lobha. So we end our year with Gaur Purnima. Actually, Gaurang Mahaprabhu. He revealed the modes of union and separation. He taught us, and then the leaders in the army of Gaurang Mahaprabhu, like Srila Prabhupada and all the Acharyas. We are all eating there remnants, isn't it? Because we learn not by standing on the shoulders of the giants, but sitting at their feet. Good. Now they are in the mood. Okay, more thoughts, comments, reflections. Thank you, Prabhu. Any other?
I have one comment.
Okay, comment.
No, it's not a comment. It's like
Missile?
I have come across a technology which can reveal if somebody is not revealing their mind.
Huh.
That is.
Maybe keep that secret. We'll make some company out of it.
I know it's already a company out of it. I already made a company, but the point is that it is meant to kind of meant for people who are struggling in their lives.
Okay.
It's meant to help them.
Thank you.
If
Yes.
somebody is
That was a
interested,
lighter note what I said, but
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah. So if
Okay.
somebody is interested, they can correct me.
Okay. Aditi.
Yes, Prabhu. So you have oh, you have grown up in Raj, right? Or you've spent a lot of time there.
Played cricket in Kaliaghat.
Do you have a favorite memory from any one of these festivals? Seeing something in Raj that is special to you?
There are lots actually. Going down the memory lane. Just, yeah, Radha Ashtami. See what happens on Nandotsav and on Radha Ashtami. Something miraculous happens, and I never wanted to dare to bring that another 4D effect. So we had four 4D effects today, correct? Abhishek, then rain, then candy, and then holy. But imagine we'll take dahi, mix it with mix it with turmeric or milk and throw. So I think some of the temples I went and the songs and the bhajans they were singing in front of Radha Madhav and just, I mean, carefree. It's like the world has collapsed around you. That's what I meant, right? Hakuna Matata. So Hakuna Matata is there in spiritual world also, but those are material worries are gone. So I felt that as though the world has collapsed, and I was saying, bring it on, bring more color. मैं तो सांवरे के रंग राखी सांवरे का रंग but सांवरे का रंग is पीला. So that is one of my favorite memories, and of course the chariot festival which happens on Radha Ashtami is very special too. Thank you for asking that. No mind reading.
No, not mine. Another thing.
No, later. Let others, so that we get the chance to others. More question, thoughts, comments, reflections? Ovia wants to say something. Where is she? Missing? Busy. Okay. More thoughts?
Thank you, Prabhu, for just expanding on the unit of separation and all of the past few days.
Thank you for your kind attention, participation. Thank everyone here. I learned a lot, and I seek all of your blessings that I can apply what I have spoken. Thank you.
Bless us so we can
That's not in my dictionary. I'll pray. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Eli, you want to say something? You like the flowers? Great. Any other thoughts, comments?
Wouldn't it mean that you lose all the conflicts there? Because, I mean,
Isn't that nice?
but but as a sansaric person,
You need some conference for like Namak
we need
Mirch?
to also prevail sometimes, right?
Yeah, I see. We won't lose the conflicts because we are, right? Lato ke bhoot, whatever. So, but it helps because oftentimes the blind spot comes so quickly that the first finger is pointed to somebody else. The misery cake, many people cook, but we think misery cake the other has cooked. One of my teacher would say, suppose 60% somebody else has cooked and you have cooked 40%. After you resolve it and you move away and things like that, then take that 40% of the misery cake expand it to 100% and then look at it. So it's, I mean, we have to do what we have to do, but then it's always, I mean, we might also have triggered something. It's always better to be self-critical than always self-congratulatory.
I mean, I think the word as first as the operative.
Yes.
So you have to first start with that lens, and then maybe it might be different. All the principles.
All glories to Bhakti Teeth Goswami Maharaj. More thoughts, comments, reflections, balcony, box, what are anybody? Yes, yes, Mataji.
Questions related to only today's topic are allowed or anything else?
Oh, well, go ahead.
Prabhuji, this question is actually there in my mind for a very long time. Jiva Goswami in Paramatma Sandarbha says that, I mean, Paramatma concept is also there in the spiritual world. So I'm really confused because the functions of Paramatma in this material world is like Upadrashta and Adamanta. What is the need actually? What are the functions Paramatma does, in the spiritual world? Because everything is absolute and the absolute plane, and everybody is so pure, and there is no need of any witnessing, sanctionary is not needed. Everything is so joyful. So, what is actually Paramatma is? Sorry if it is not related to this topic.
Yeah, it can be little technical, and frankly speaking, while we have gone through Paramatma, I don't remember this. I have to exactly look the section what it meant. Parma. So maybe you can point that out to me, and we can look in close detail. Yeah, but as you rightly said, there everybody is made of spirituals. Everything is spiritual there. The bodies are spiritual. The bodies are not different than Atma. We have Atma different and body different. And then Atma needs an Paramatma as, but there, I mean, there is nothing like Atma Paramatma. In fact, that's the thing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chastised an author who was singing that, like he was saying, if I remember correctly, Jagannath is the Krishna is the Atma, Jagannath is the body, something like that. He was distinguishing between the body and soul of the Lord, and he was chastised. This comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita because soul and body for Lord is one and the same thing. So that's why I am
But
also.
Jiva Goswami mentions in the Paramatma.
Yes, so I have to look at closely. Maybe there is a deeper understanding, maybe a little Rasik understanding. Just like there are devatas out there, Yogamaya creates to enhance. Then there are demons which Yogamaya creates to enhance. So I have to look at that section. Thank you.
I'll remind you. Thank you so much.
Yes, Ashish ji.
Thank you, Ruchi. So you mentioned for a hero in this hero's adventure, once the goal is finalized and there is a separation, we need a catalyst, which
That separation feeling is the catalyst.
so and it will, and we can introduce it by
Cultivate it. It's a
cultivate.
cultivable feeling. Like humility, to, of course, there's a divine humility, but there's a cultivable humility also, right? How we respect each and everybody else. Divine will descend, which is equal to prema, as Brihad Bhagavatam says. But something we can cultivate, right? Amanina man dena. Cultivable, right? So, like that, separation is cultivable. Thank you. And then after we reach the fulfillment, then comes the distribution, right? Thank you. Thoughts, comments, reflection, or I'm coming in the way of prasadam after talking about malpua, kachori. You have prasadam question? Okay, that we can take.
So it is related to somebody who was here. She was probably knowing all the prasadams which are made, like Gon Kalladdu and all those things that you were saying.
She's standing behind. Well, you should ask her mother also.
No, my question is
Because
that
so.
no, it's not about. It's like so, like I mean, human bodies are not designed for consuming so much of sugar, right? And
अरे अभी रहने
but
दो
why have they?
अभी रहने दो बाद में अभी नहीं अभी रहने दो.
No, I mean, it's a
If in this festival we have many doctors here, and it is said that if you can eat in front of doctors allow, then you can eat. After you go to Eugene, you don't eat. Okay, more thoughts, comments, reflections. One personal question, not
I
from
mean,
Paramatma Sandarbha. Right?
no, actually, you studied in Stanford, right? What is that intensity that you have to stay in Vrindavan? Like, what changed your mind Because this is the material world. Everybody who studies in Stanford, they look for good career and all that. So, what is that made you like to go back to Bundavan?
Well, I'm still trying to go to Vrindavan. I may be physically
Staying there,
there.
right?
Yeah, staying there, but
Leaving everything and staying in Vrindavan. It's a very big decision, right?
well, leaving material things easy, but leaving ego is tough. Please pray I leave that. However, it was a long journey in the sense it took. See, decision is both a process as well as a cold turkey cut. What? Decision is both a process as well as cold turkey cut. It takes some time when certain portion of your being and mental space gets occupied. And then one fine day you wake up and you feel it, just it has to be cut. So that happened, and I'm thankful to Srila Prabhupada and his soldiers in his army. They gave me an alternative lifestyle, an alternative engagement. I think that's really the thing. The engagement in the material also is spiritualizable, and engagement outside, well, we are all in material world, but outside, say, corporate and academia, that also is spiritualizable, and both of them can be material too, which means while staying in academia and corporate we can do material things, and while staying in dham too. So it's actually how we spiritualize it, and the credit goes to devotees and acharyas who kind of give that alternative vision, right? And then somehow we develop that confidence by their mercy only, that maybe we can try. I'm still trying. Please pray for me that Prakshari Vimokshanath.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Guru.
Ashutosh ji,
Prabhuji, corollary to that,
corollary.
in every word that you speak, your love for Vrindavan and the Braj culture and the routine,
You are
वो
seeing from
झलकता
the
है.
eyes of your own consciousness, sir.
No, no, I'm saying वो इतना झलकता है कि my question would be, how did you stay away for so long? I mean, you have completely epitomized it.
Hare Krishna. Well, I'm in Vrindavan. It's called ISKCON Portland. It's very much, I'm grateful to the leadership here. There's a very loving mood here. And somebody was saying P for Portland, P for Pihar. Okay, not everybody got it, but that's okay. Okay, more questions, thoughts, comments? And it's okay, Ashish ji is saying we should not eat, but yeah, take care of health also, but we can eat also. Achintya Bheda Bhed. More thoughts? So we end here, Prabhu?
Yeah, that's all. Before we do prasadam, because after prasadam, then people start leaving. We want a group photo. So let us do group photo first, and then we can all sit in rows, I guess, and then have our prasadam. Okay, so let's do group photo first. Pick up the candies near you, and then you clean up the flowers.
Yes, yes, yes.
Pick up and put it in your pockets and take home. And if you can pick up some flower petals and start a little bit, but we'll clean up later. But whatever you can pick up.